Okay, so today's post was about this idea of squeezing before you sneeze or doing a pelvic floor contraction upward prior to a cough or a sneeze. And I've actually been playing with something that is really interesting because for a lot of my clients who may already have an overgripped pelvic floor, that strategy of squeezing before a sneeze doesn't necessarily work for them. And so also on the other end, if somebody doesn't have a good contraction upward, then that's also not going to help eliminate symptoms like loss of urine during a sneeze. So today's post was talking about another concept that you could try and see if that works better for you. And so we really have to go back to this idea of how the respiratory diaphragm and the pelvic floor are connected. So here's respiratory diaphragm. It sits up in the base of my ribs. Here's pelvic floor down at the bottom. So that when I inhale, my pelvic floor is dropping down and my diaphragm is dropping down and my pelvic floor has to yield to that pressure change. When I exhale, they recoil. So I like to think of this as when I inhale, in regards to my pelvic floor here, when I inhale, that is similar to someone putting their foot down on a trampoline. When I exhale, that's somebody just lifting their foot off the trampoline. So by preloading that pelvic floor in that way with breath, we get a natural upward recoil. And so I've been working with using that prior to a cough, laugh, sneeze, or jump. So that if we can inhale open, then we're going to catch that recoil as we perform a task. So it would look something like this. If I knew, and this is split second, right? So this takes a lot of practice connecting with this breath. But if I think, oh, I'm about to cough, inhale, exhale, cough, okay? And so you should feel that without even giggling, that pelvic floor is pulling up. A sneeze is even quicker, so that's a little harder. But even if you have a split second to think, inhale, sneeze, okay? Same thing with jumping or landing. If you've tried a squeeze and then you jump and have symptoms, try the opposite. Try to think inhale open so that when you land, you're going to already be tapping into that recoil and see if that makes a difference. I'll be interested in hearing from you guys to know what you think about that. Thanks.